You know, I was, give a shout out to my brother on the Logical Channel and my brother Sarge with a P. And for a long time, I've been following my brother Sarge with a P for a long time. And on the Logical Channel, and I directed my brother Sarge Willie P to on the Logical Channel. And the reason why I directed Sarge Willie P to on the Logical Channel, because that channel you will see black women in a full divesting fury. And it's been a lot of videos that prove black men right about black women all the time. You can't even dispute the shit no more. You can't even dispute it. Even the black women that come on Brother Logical Channel, they can't even say shit because those videos that Only Logical put out shows you how fucked up black American women and black women in general are. This shows you right here that you will have black women that will not only protect the dysfunction of white men, all their sexual deviancy. This is why they have a need to try to take P. Diddy and smear P. Diddy all through the motherfucking, through the United States want to smear him. But this shit that he's doing is this shit, white men particularly do this shit all the time. The shit that R. Kelly is locked up for, the stuff they locked up Bill Cosby for, and the shit they got P. Diddy locked up for. White men do this shit all the time, and a lot of them get away with the shit. Take Hugh Hefner. Hugh Hefner, he passed away, but Hugh Hefner had a whole bunch of trafficking young white girls into the Playboy Mansion. Prime example, Janice Dickinson. Now you at a Playboy Mansion event, and you see a young 15-year-old Janice Dickinson there. 15 at the Playboy Mansion. Now keep in mind what the Playboy Mansion is. A place of debauchery and all kind of shit. But you got this 15-year-old girl there who, believe me, Hugh Hefner passed away before he even before all the shit accusations would have came after him. But you know who the only men that getting locked up for sexual deviance, if you all paid attention to the shit? Like, look at Harvey Weinstein. Everything about him died down like a motherfucker. Epstein, he so-called quote-unquote committed suicide, which I don't believe that shit none whatsoever. Because me personally, I think when you have the money like Epstein, you can pretend, you can fake your death. You can just disappear and motherfuckers don't know where you at. And that's what Epstein did. I don't think that motherfucker committed suicide. I bet you any motherfucking money that motherfucker alive. And you can't tell me that he's not, because you could always get reconstructive surgery. And he got the money to do it. But anyway, you see R. Kelly, convicted. You seen Bill Cosby. And now you see you see P. Diddy. Now, if you ever paid attention, you notice none of these white men from Harvey Weinstein, you ain't heard shit about him in the media, even though this motherfucker was a sexual deviant himself. All this shit, when it pertains to these white men, they either play dead or they just all of a sudden just disappear. You don't hear nothing from them again. They like, the motherfucker just poof. So what they do is they drag black men out and throw them as the picture of debauchery. And P. Diddy is one of those, is his time. Now, the shit that P. Diddy locked up for doing is, it's nothing more than what most of these motherfuckers take that goes down in Hollywood. At these parties and shit like that. This is shit that goes down. P. Diddy just one of the motherfuckers to get caught having one of these parties. But the thing is, I don't even know why he going through the court system like that. All this shit, basically just to smear him. Now, I already told y'all he gonna get off of that shit. P. Diddy gonna get off of that shit. The thing is, they wanted to smear his character. Even though, to me, P. Diddy's character was already fucked up when he did all that shit with making of the band. He kind of, I had, after that shit right there, that's why I knew something was funny about that nigga. I knew something was funny about that nigga right off the bat. You know? And people made Suge Knight out to be the bad guy, but Suge Knight really wasn't the bad guy. Actually, Suge Knight was the good guy. But P. Diddy was that motherfucker that, you know, you should have side-eyed right there. You know? But, like I said, all the shit he did, you know, coming full circle. But I don't think do I think P. Diddy gonna do any time for that? No, I don't think he gonna do any time due to the fact that, you know, you talk about Cassie and all the shit Cassie was just a little ratchet. You know, and the funny thing is, her husband now, if he didn't know all this shit now he know all that shit. He know all that shit, but I think pretty much he knew all that shit, but he just wanted Cassie. Cause you know, when you a lot of guys, you know, all the probably little ghetto gag shit that she do with him. But cause she used to getting peed on and all kind of shit, she used to that. So that's what probably why that white dude got with her. You know, these white boys be doing some debaucherous ass shit. But far as on, you know, the shit that a lot of these black women do, I mean, Only Logical Channel, man, just broke all this shit down to where no matter these Keishas just do the most shit. These divestors do the most shit, man. And a lot of them, they get sent to the upper room. They either get sent to the upper room or they even end up killing the white dude they with. You know, or they end up in jail. Most of these black women, they be ending up jail, getting involved in criminal activity with Brad, get locked up, involved in criminal activity, and all kind of shit. It just, the divestment movement, I don't give a fuck how Crystal Encouraging and all these divestment women try to sell it. This shit make black women look bad. And you when you got this image of black women being, you know, the sexual deviancy of black women, it really, that's what all these white men want to get with black women for. They don't want to get, I told Crystal Curtis, all you doing is hooking up, you just hooking up white guys to smash out black chicks. That's all you doing. Hooking up white guys to smash out black chicks. And like I said, everything coming full circle. Because now you got the same divestment women that she hooked up with white guys. Them women complain about them white guys just smashing them out and leaving them. And that's what them white boys doing. They smashing out all these Keishas because, like the dude said in that panel when Tommy was talking to that Native American dude or white dude, whatever, he was talking about how easy black women are smash out. And he proved, he don't have to say nothing. This shit that black men already have known how a lot of these black women operate with white men. We already know that black women are easy to smash out, and that's why you have the high out of wedlock birth rate. And everybody thought it was about black men. No, I told Sarge, you missing. You got to go back and listen and look at the report, the CDC report, and go look at pure research. It's going to show you where these black women are being left made single mamas by white men, Hispanic men, Arab men, Indian men. These black women are just getting left as single mamas. This explains why you have an uptake of black women having more children than black men out of wedlock. This explains everything. And I told Sarge, you cannot leave that out. You can't leave that out. Because these black women, what they do, they get knocked up by these Brads and these other groups of men, non-black men, and those children are classified. They classify them children as black on their birth certificate as black. So you can't leave that out. We've been saying for years that black women been getting ran through by all these non-black men. And see, now you got a lot of these black women, they done failed over on their side of divesting. They fail. And a lot of them want to try to either do the comeback with black men, or they want to double down on they hating the black men, but it ain't helping them. It ain't helping them. So what it is, another thing that these black women do when they can't get, because like we said, black women, the divestment women have a hatred of Becky. They have a hatred of Becky, even when they are with even when they're with a white man, they done swirled over across the fence. They see Becky, and black women feel threatened and insecure when an attractive white woman come their way when they with their Brad. They feel like their Brad gonna be way more attractive to that white woman, and it only makes sense because that's his woman. So he gonna feel more attracted to that white woman. He even only logical show a video where a man killed his own biracial daughter. This white man killed his own biracial daughter because the white woman had a problem that he was dating, had a problem with his daughter, and he wanted to marry her. He proposed to the woman. The woman basically left him. And he was so angry, dude, when he beat his daughter to death, beat the poor child to death, and tried to cover her up. And they put this motherfucker in jail. They gave him 50 years. You know, they gave him 50 years like he gonna survive that. I said, to me, and I bet you any money them niggas ain't gonna have no respect for him in jail. Believe me, he getting done in jail, man. One thing motherfuckers don't like when you harm children. In prison, I don't give a fuck. You could be a white man and harm a little black girl. You'll have skinheads that still get on your head because the simple fact that you did that to a child. And that means if you do that to a black child, nigga, you'll do that to a white child. So now ain't nobody gonna have, that's one thing they look down upon if you molested children. You know, they look down on that shit. You know, like, now motherfucker, like say you laid up with a 15-year-old girl. A lot of times the way these girls develop, you know, you don't know if that girl 15 and shit like that. But like I said, man, this dude not only killed his wife, his ex-wife, but beat the daughter to death just so he could get with the Becky. See, this show you that white Brad, they like Only Logical said, these white men hate black women. They don't really like black women. They just know black women good for sex. And basically that's all they want. You know? But, you know, like I could tell, like I said before, black women are, they when it comes to our, and that's explains another reason why black women are jealous of black men, because we can date and get a better outcome than they could and can. And that's another reason why black women are jealous of black men, because we could get in an interracial relationship and have a better outcome while they talking about divesting. And another thing too, Exotico United pointed that out, that a lot of these black women, they don't know, even if they talking about divesting, they don't even know how to divest. You know, so as Willie P talked about, I said, man, so the divestment movement itself is a wash. A lot of these black women that talk this shit about divesting, all they do that shit is basically as a threat to black men. And it's not working. All it's doing is the black men basically don't give a fuck. We just tell them to go across the fence then. Go ahead across the fence. You know? That's what we're going to say, well, if you want to go across the fence, there you go, Keisha. You got the floor.